Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. So today I'm going to be discussing something that's kind of difficult and is not discussed when someone may be deciding to go further in their relationship and at the time of commitment and marriage. Some of these questions that needed to be discussed while they're dating and while they're thinking of that this might be the person they want to really commit to was never discussed. And this is one of the biggest reasons, guys, why marriages fail. Marriages fail sometimes before it even has a start to get a chance to get out of the gate. Right, and because my training is in marriage and family therapy, and so this forms the marriages and relationships form the base of society, guys. When marriages fail, society fails, and you will see the evidence of it all around you. Children not being with their father, they're both parents to guide them, and quarrels and fights and all of that kind of stuff that create toxic attachment styles that causes children and growing up into adulthood to really have very toxic behaviors and enter toxic relationships. And you see so many things happening because of broken families. And that is why I'm so passionate about this subject. And what I've recognized is that with coaching individuals who have broken up from broken families, or from young teenagers who have no relationship with their dads, couples who are having a horrible time in their marriages because a lot of these questions were never asked and answered while they were dating, when they decided to commit to a marriage or a full committed relationship with each other. And this is why we have such a disaster when it comes around marriages and relationships nowadays. So guys, these questions, some of them are going to be very difficult, and some of them are going to be different than what my belief systems are. But it is something, not everybody is of my belief system, which is I'm a Christian. So I do things the godly way, right? But I'm also aware that there are individuals who, most individuals don't, right? I mean, before I became, saved, I didn't. So I understand that this is what is realistic. And so I'm addressing what is real. Of course, you have your own belief systems, and I want you to go with that. You have to know what's best for you. But these questions that I'm going to be discussing is going to be very important, guys, for you to really have the discussions around these areas before you commit to be married, right? You should be having premarital counseling before you get into a marriage. And I find that nowadays people just jump, they get, they meet someone, they have good sex with them, and they think that is what is going to sustain them through they like how their body looks, not realizing that things change, right? And if you don't discuss these potential changes before you get into a committed marriage, where you should be, there's enough problems already just starting out with two people from two different backgrounds, that if you don't discuss a lot of these things, and then one partner is blindsided by some of the things they're going to discover while you're married, it's a recipe for disaster. Let's put it that way. So guys, I'm going to be discussing some questions and some areas around which you should be having discussions before marriage. Or, once you start really feeling that this is a person and you're committed in a relationship, you should start discussing this before you even get engaged. All right, guys? So let me start. They're not in any particular order, but I'll just kind of go through these. Children. Does your partner want to have children? I see this so many times. One partner wants plenty, a million, well, not a million, but a lot of kids, right? They come from a big family. They're used to having a lot of kids. They want to have a big family. Maybe one partner came from a small family, never had, a lot of siblings and all kind of people all over the place. They only want one child or two children, right? At the most. Some might want six. Someone might want none. A partner may want none. Some people have divorced because one partner doesn't. They found out after they are married that one partner was not interested in having kids, or and it just was not discussed. So therefore, when you get in there and you find out one partner wants 6 kids and you want 2 or you want none, that's going to be a problem. Okay, guys? The next thing to discuss when it comes to children is what are the expectations of discipline that what are you on the same, what do you call it? Whatever. Are you thinking the same? Do you have the same ideas of how you want to discipline your children, right? What is discipline? Putting them in a corner when they do something wrong? Is it spanking like I grew up with from the Caribbean in Jamaica? We got spanking, guys. We survived it. We weren't beaten till we were like half dead or anything like that. But I mean, we were spanked, right? And so what is your idea of what discipline looks like for your children? What is it going to be like? Is it shouting and debasing them and making them feel like lack nothing? Is it just kindly speaking to them about what they did wrong? And what is it how are you going to be doing that as a couple, right? Because you both have to be on the same page. Because when you have kids, guys, if one person is doing this and one person, kids after a while, they learn who to put the other parent against the other parent. I say, what mommy wouldn't do it like that, or daddy wouldn't do it like that. Kids learn, okay? I've had that experience. Kids learn, and so you have to be on the same page when it comes to discipline. So it's very important that is something you also discuss before the engagement, before when you start getting committed, and you're thinking that it's going to move in that direction later on, hopefully. If all things go well, then that should be something that you should discuss. What kind of schools you want to send, all of those things, guys, all of those things should be discussed, right? It might seem, like too forward to be discussing these things, but guess what? These things, when they're not discussed, cause severe problems in a relationship, right? If you are committed to working, having a good relationship, then you should prepare for it just like you would prepare for any other large decisions that you make in life. If you're going to buy a house, you're going to do your research, you're going to get all your questions answered, you're going to know everything about the house, how many rooms it has, how many bathrooms, where's the upstairs, the main bedroom, upstairs, downstairs, if you get older you can't crawl up the stairs, all of that, right? So therefore, going into a marriage, you have to do the same thing, all right? So the next thing is find out from your partner, and it's not like you're going to grill them like you're a grill sergeant or anything. You're going to be in the process of your dating experience. Just discuss these things, right? I mean, what is your vision? What is your partner's vision for the future? Is it that where they are right now is where they want to remain? They don't really care about doing anything different or learning anything different or going any higher. They're just quite comfortable there. Then you need to know that, because if after you're married, you're the one who wants to go all the way there and they're still here, there's going to be a problem. There can be problems of the person who is still here feeling that a kind of feeling of envy, right? To the person going all the way up here. Or it can be a problem with the person going all the way up here feeling that this person is just like, I can't deal with that. I mean, no ambition kind of thing, right? Or because that's your expectation. If you go in there with the wrong expectation, guys, there is going to be a problem. The next thing is finances. How do you manage your finances? Big thing. How do you manage? Is one a spender? Is one a person who is going to, kind of hold on to the money and not spend anything and just save? You have to discuss those things, right? You have to have a balance. Know that you're both understanding that especially also that when it comes to decisions about money, how are you going to manage it? And it should be something that you both decide to discuss how you're going to manage it. See if you're on the same wavelength, right? Is this person going to buy a lot of stuff all the time, spend all their work check on shoes, and you know, stuff like that, have a lot of debt. All of those things, guys, need to be discussed. Needs to be discussed. And yes, there will be, some people will have debt, but you also have to be cognizant that there are different types of debt. Student loan debt is something that they spend in an effort to be better, right? So, but it's good for the other partner to also know about that, so they know what they're going into, right? Now, guys, it sounds almost like, when I speak about these things, it sounds so, logical, and not so unromantic. And the tendency is for us to approach relationships and marriages with this fairy tale kind of, feeling that everything is just going to work out because we love each other. It doesn't work like that, guys. It does not work like that. And you see the evidence all around you. I'm sure you've been in marriages and relationships where just, some of these things I'm going to talk about is going to resonate with you, because these are things that was just never discussed before. And now that you're in this marriage, things are showing up that's causing a problem. All right. Another thing, guys, is sexual preferences. I don't mean, I know that you are married, not sexual preferences. Maybe that's the wrong word. So, yeah, well, it could be used as that, in terms of, does this person like just the usual way of sex, the traditional sex? Is one partner a traditional sex person who likes sex in a traditional way, or is one partner more wanting to explore and do different things? Because, guys, if one partner is very reserved and traditional, and the other partner is like, let's try anything, there is going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem, and this should be discussed while you are dating, before you get committed. It sounds, because it's something that we never done, it sounds really kind of strange. But guys, if you think about it, if you know that kind of thing can cause a lot of breakdown, what is your expectation of what is your expectation for each other to have sexual connections in your marriage? Is it every day? Is it 3 times a week? Is it 3 times a week, once a week? One partner might just want to have sex once a week, right? And one might want to have it every day, or one might want to have these are things that you have to discuss, guys, because this can cause sexual tension in your marriage. Okay, so I think that it's something that's really and also what types of, how do you, the different kind of things that you want to do sexually. Some people, which is, of course, not my thing, but there are people who watch porn while they're having sex because they feel it enhances their sexual whatever, right? Some people might want to do all kind of different things, right? Not my thing, but it happens, it happens. And so you have to know from, when you're going into this, can we be on the same page when it comes to sex, right? The next thing is emotional connection. For women, this is a big thing, guys. For women, this is a big thing. Most women, and I know I'm one of them, cannot feel the same way about a man sexually when they are emotionally deprived. That means the man never spends, their partner does not spend time with them, tell them they love them, tell them they care about them, take them out to this, and really just love them other than when they're having sex. But they just want to come and have sex, and that doesn't work in a lot of relationships with women. For women, right? Most women need to be emotionally connected to the person before they can actually thoroughly want to have sex or enjoy sex. Right? And you know that you don't just want somebody to just lay there like a dead log. You want the person to be in partnership with you while you're having and enjoying it, actually enjoying the whole sexual both of you having sex, instead of just be one person just doing it to whatever. Anyway, I won't go into that. So now the next thing, guys, is that is this person, from the evidence that you have so far, you should be learning this person, right? Is this person someone who prefers to stay home and watch a movie every single day and never go anywhere? A homebody. They don't want to go outside. They just want to just sit in the house and walk around the house and watch TV and do things around the house, but not want to go outside, even to the park, or go to a movie once in a while, or go, go for dinner or anything like that, or travel. Is this person who is aversive to traveling or going anywhere different outside of their little town? All of these, and one is a traveler, want to explore and go. This can be problematic, very problematic in your relationship, because then you're going to find one person's going to find another person out there, and sometimes it's of the opposite sex, that has the same likes, because they want to travel and they want to enjoy themselves, because that is a part of who they are. You have to be very careful, guys. The next thing is, what are different people in a relationship, any kind of relationship, you have roles. What is a role that is expected of you? What role are you expected to play in this relationship? No, I'm not talking about now this traditional thing where the wife stays home and the husband goes and work, because nowadays most women work. All right. So what I'm talking about is discuss what it is. Maybe the wife is the one who's more mechanically, talented, and maybe, or enjoy more to do the finances. Maybe that's the wife who like that kind of thing, and so the husband likes cooking. But what you need to do is discuss how these roles will look like in a marriage, and what the expectations are. It's good to discuss those, guys. The next thing that you have to really discuss is when you're married, what role is your mother or your father-in-law, or usually it's a mother-in-law, sad to say, expected to be, is it that every time the mother-in-law says, come son, or come daughter, because mostly it's the son, right? Then they disappear and leave the wife by themselves. There is something in the Bible that says you leave your parents and you cleave to your wife. That's how marriage is supposed to be. All right? You leave your parents and you cleave to your wife. This is your new family. So the mother-in-law is not supposed to be there interfering in the wife's, because it's her son. Yes, it's her son, but that's not how it is. I mean, when she left her parents, she and her husband was there cleaving together, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Now that you're older, your husband and you're supposed to be that's your primary family there. Yes, not saying that you should ignore your parents or your other family members, but your primary family is your wife and your husband together, and your kids when you have them. That's your primary family when you get married. That's it. All right. So therefore, of course, you stay in touch with your family members. You look after your mom and dad when you can, or if they need it, and then have just on a good relationship with them. But your primary and your priority should be your husband or your wife and your children. All right, that's it. The next thing is you have to also, how comfortable are you right now? If you're going to get married to this man, to this woman, how comfortable are you with their family? Especially when it comes to a mother-in-law who is who's going to be dictating what your life should look like, or decisions that you make in your little family with your new husband or wife. Usually as a husband that the mother-in-laws hold on to, that they just want to now take over the role of the wife by planning things and doing things and dictating what should and should not be done. And that is not. You have to discuss that to see what the role, what the influence is going to be for your extended family members. You have to discuss that, because you have to make sure that you put your little nuclear family first, and make sure that is the essential relationship that you have once you are married. The next thing, guys, is what is your belief system? Are you a Christian? Are you not? Are you an atheist? What are you? If an atheist get married to a Christian, that's going to be terrible, right? If a person gets married to somebody who does not believe in God, or they say that they believe in God, but there's no real action or behavior does not align with that, you know, you have to see what the behavior is, right? When somebody says that they're this. So you have to also work that out. You have to work that out, because I know that even in some families, for example, Jewish families, I believe when you marry the husband, you're expected to kind of become a Jew as well and follow their practices. Are you okay with that? These are things that you need to discuss, guys. These are things you need to discuss. The next thing, guys, is how are you going to manage conflicts in your relationship? Because they are going to come. It does not matter how much you love each other. There are going to be issues in life, in your relationship, and decisions that are, you know, things that happen that is going to cause conflict. How are you going to handle those? Is it that you make sure that you decide, okay, when there's a problem, let's just talk, just, you know, take some time away from each other, discuss it, say, you know, honey, one of you, the husband or the wife will say, honey, whoever it is that, you know, was doing the flare up or whatever it might be, and feel that they're going to go explode or something, honey, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now, and I don't want to say the wrong thing to you, because, you know, when if I get angry and out of control, so I'm feeling really really triggered right now. So therefore, let us go take a little break, and let's meet back in another hour or so, or 2 hours, whatever it might be you feel like is the best time, right? And so and discuss this in a rational, logical way, all right, in a healthy way, instead of screaming and, you know, throwing things and, you know, just saying derogatory things to each other. You need to make a plan of how you're going to manage conflicts. When I was a little girl, I always hear my mother always say that, you know, never go to bed angry. Never go to bed angry. So maybe that might be something you heard growing up as well, and you will hear, and it is something that you need to discuss. If you are having quarrels or something that's causing problems, you guys are going to make sure that you deal with it, handle it, process it before you go to bed. All right? Because, you know, a lot of people don't wake up when they go to bed. They die in their sleep, and then that's the end of that story, and then that follows them for the rest of their lives. All right, so that is I hope I covered everything I wanted to cover, guys. But these are difficult conversations, but if you can't have these difficult conversations with the person that you're going to spend your life with, then it might not be the right person for you to spend your life with. So guys, I hope that you got something from this video. Please do not forget to like for me. Please do not forget to like it for me. It helps to extend my my videos across YouTube and build my channel. Also, please click the notification bell. That way, as soon as I upload a new video, you are notified. And also subscribe to the channel so that you can have access to all the content. So guys, I hope if you learned something, share it also with someone else, which will also help to spread my videos across the channel. This is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful day. Keep growing. Bye-bye.